I was recently hired as a Director of Communications for Schweitzer and excited to be here. Throughout my life, God's always been faithful, even though sometimes the end of some chapters haven't always been what I always wanted. And I was fortunate enough to grow up in a Christian home, and I even met my husband in youth group. We became like youth group sweethearts, and early on in our relationship we navigated some hard stuff, especially related to cancer. My mom passed away from cancer when I was in college, and my husband, he had had cancer at age 15, and so that had been a big marker on his life and how it shaped him. About a year into our marriage, he had had a reoccurrence of cancer, and so we walked through that as a couple, and from that we decided we just wanted to keep following after Christ and making a difference. And so went on to pursue ministry full-time. My husband attended seminary and to become a pastor, and I supported him doing communications and creative work and things like that. And after seminary, we both went into basically full-time ministry in different places all over the country, and he was a pastor and I worked along church staff, and for about 17 years we served in ministry. In 2019, a big unexpected thing happened in our life, and my husband was kind of being forgetful and just doing some odd things, and so we went to the doctor, and he was diagnosed with a brain tumor called a glioblastoma, and it was very significant, non-operable, and it really just changed the course of our next few months. He was diagnosed in April and passed away in September of 2019, and it was a really hard 6 months of caretaking. It's a hard thing to watch someone you dearly love kind of dwindle away and not be the person they were. I was kind of navigating that in whatever way I could. I got to sit beside him and care for him and just love him. Being someone who's trusted Christ, like always with everything, for me to be, have a lot of questions, like, God, why would you do this? And especially to a couple who have served you, and we've worked on church staffs, and we've done everything right, it felt like, and still the story was different than what I wanted in terms of an earthly perspective. And so, but walked through that season, and God was my rock and my strength through that time. I also was surrounded by some amazing friends and family who helped hold me up during that time, and the prayers of many people. Through it, I kept coming back to this quote that Josh would often repeat, paraphrase from a seminary professor, and it is that God's always faithful, but he's too creative to do the same thing twice. And I really hold on to that because I do believe in a creative God, and even though my story is not exactly what I would have put together, I know God worked through it. I've continued to hope to reach out to people and care for people. I'm actually starting a life group for widows. I just want to help share my story and walk with people through other hard times. My name is Jenn Brown, and this is just the beginning of my story.